Welcome to the first episode of StoryTime, Lesoul's Adventure, Episode 1. This is Val with Dragonfly Crystals, and I don't know about you, but I have a little trouble getting to sleep at night. And I thought, why don't we have spiritual, kind of uplifting and inspiring stories? And so I decided that I could write them. So here we are on the first episode of Lesoul's Adventure on Storytime. Lesoul's memories as a young child held a daydream quality, as if being in the world but not being of it. She was often told by teachers to stop looking out the window. As a young adult, Lesoul began to believe she had not been present for her entire childhood while she was daydreaming her hours away. Lesoul went into a dark night of the soul, a deep reckoning of the purpose of her life and what she wanted to do. Then she met Mr. Gamer while walking in the park one day. And this chance meeting and ensuing conversation shifted her view of the world. As this initial conversation began, Lesoul's view of the world began to break apart. Everything that she had been taught about the world and how to function in the world was falling apart. As Mr. Gamer began questioning her about the game, also known as the Matrix, and her view of herself in the world and in relationship to others in the simulation. This intriguing conversation both created chaos in her mind and a sense of excitement and anticipation. As the weeks went on, Lesoul met Mr. Gamer each week in the park as he continued peppering her with questions of her reality and consciousness, expanding her awareness exponentially. The story begins with Lesoul standing at the threshold of a profound transformation. Each meeting with Mr. Gamer unraveled the carefully woven fabric of her beliefs. The park, once an ordinary place of trees and pathways, became a classroom of enlightenment. Mr. Gamer's questions were less like inquiries and more like keys, unlocking doors in her mind she hadn't known existed. What if this reality isn't what you think it is? He asked one sunny afternoon, his eyes glinting with a mix of mischief and wisdom. Lesoul hesitated, the weight of the question pressing on her. What do you mean? He gestured to the world around them. Everything you've been taught. Your role, your limitations, your fears. What if they're all constructs? What if you're not playing the game, but being played by it? Her heart raced, torn between skepticism and an inexplicable yearning to understand more. Over time, their conversation shifted from abstract theory to tangible exercises. Mr. Gamer taught her to observe the synchronicities, decode the symbols in her dreams, and question her own thoughts. Lesoul began to notice subtle glitches in her day-to-day life. Conversations that echoed each other, events that felt too perfectly timed, and emotions that seemed to arise without cause. It was as if the world itself was responding to her newfound awareness. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of gold and crimson, Mr. Gamer posed a final, pivotal question. What would you do if you truly believed you were the creator of your reality? This question lingered with Lesoul long after their meeting. That night, she dreamed of breaking chains, of stepping through a shimmering veil into a vast, infinite space filled with light. When she woke, she knew her journey had just begun. The story of Lesoul and her awakening within the game was no longer about questions or about answers, rather, but about embracing the mystery, unearthing her power, and stepping boldly into the unknown. Lesoul began to use her imagination to dream, create, and manifest outside of the illusion of the matrix. She marveled at the miracles and synchronicities as her new expanded awareness delivered. She played with the energies of higher vibrational thoughts as old patterns of limitation came up in her ego mind. She used it as a springboard to create expansively. She began to live an unlimited life, and soon she was helping friends break out of the matrix. She started to share her experiences and insights with others, becoming a guide for those yearning to break free from the confines of the matrix. Lesoul's transformation had shifted her from a passive participant in life to a conscious creator, and her energy naturally drew others seeking the same liberation. She started to host small gatherings in her home where she taught friends how to tap into their imagination and higher vibrational thoughts. These meetings became a space for storytelling, meditation, and playful exercises in manifestation. People left her gatherings inspired, their minds buzzing with possibilities. Lesoul realized that breaking free from the matrix wasn't just about rejecting old beliefs, it was about embracing the joy of creation. She encouraged her friends to question their limitations and view challenges as opportunities to evolve. Together, they experimented with bending their perceived reality. They focused on intentions and watched as synchronicities unfolded, delivering results that seemed almost magical. They envisioned scenarios that felt impossible and marveled when doors opened effortlessly. They celebrated even the smallest manifestations, amplifying their creative energy. As the soul's circle of influence grew, she decided to create a larger platform. She started a community called the Dreamers Collective, a space where people could share their breakthroughs, tools, and experiences. The movement quickly gained traction with people joining from all walks of life, eager to discover their creative power. Through her teachings, Lesoul emphasized one core truth: the matrix wasn't an enemy, it was a playground. The key was shifting perception, seeing beyond the illusions, and realizing the infinite potential that lay within. In helping others awaken, Lesoul discovered a deeper sense of purpose. She wasn't just breaking free, she was co creating a new reality, one filled with unity, joy, and boundless creativity. Her journey had come full circle, and yet it felt as though it was just beginning. Lesoul began to attract media while she wasn't sure if she was ready for that level of attention. She decided that to help more people, she would write the story of her life to inspire others. The writing process was cathartic and gave Lesoul a greater sense of how much her conscious awareness had expanded. She had learned how to play the game outside of the matrix and had developed classes that assisted others to connect more deeply to their inner power. This was an exciting time. So why, Lesoul thought, was she hesitating? And how could she move through it with grace and ease? These were some of her inner conflicts, and she knew they were remnants of old patterns trying to resurface. The attention she was receiving felt both exhilarating and overwhelming, stirring up doubts about whether she was truly ready to lead on such a large scale. Her ego whispered fears of failure, judgment, and inadequacy, even as her higher self assured her she was perfectly aligned with this path. Lesoul decided to approach her hesitation with curiosity rather than resistance. She sat in meditation, connecting with the energy of the emotions rising within her. Instead of pushing them away, she invited them in, asking, "What are you here to teach me?" The answers came softly, like whispers from her soul. You are still integrating the magnitude of your purpose. Take your time. You are not alone. The universe supports you. Trust that the same energy guarding you will guide others through you. Inspired by this inner dialogue, Lesoul developed a practice of self-reflection she called harmonizing the hesitation. Each morning she journaled her fears and then reframed them as opportunities for growth. For example, fear is a judgment became a chance to show others the beauty of vulnerability. Fear of failure became a reminder that every misstep is a stepping stone to mastery. She also leaned on the tools she taught others using higher vibrational thoughts and visualizations to align with her desired outcomes. She imagined herself speaking confidently to large audiences, feeling the warmth of their connection and the ripple effect of inspiration. As she wrote her book, she infused it with these moments of self-discovery, sharing not only her triumphs but also her struggles. She realized that her authenticity was her greatest strength. People weren't drawn to her because she had all the answers, but because she walked the path with humility and courage. Lesoul's hesitation began to dissolve as she embraced the journey with grace. She reminded herself daily, this isn't about perfection, it's about presence. The more she trusted herself, the more the universe mirrored that trust back to her. Soon, she was not just a storyteller, but a beacon, shining her light for others to find their way out of the matrix. And in doing so, Lesoul discovered that her greatest gift wasn't breaking free herself, it was guiding others to realize that they had the power to do the same. After Lesoul successfully published her book, she received offers to join some podcasts and be interviewed. The podcast host asked Lesoul to channel a message from Archangel Metatron. A conscious channel, Lesoul agreed to share the channeling session. As the host proceeded to ask Archangel Metatron questions, the first question was about humanity's next 4 years and what that would look like with the awakening to fifth dimensional energies. Archangel Metatron answered. Lesoul closed her eyes and took a deep breath, connecting with the radiant energies of Archangel Metatron. As the connection deepened, her voice softened, yet carried a profound resonance, embodying the wisdom of the Archangel. Greetings, beloved ones. I am Metatron, here with you in this sacred moment. Humanity stands at the precipice of a great shift, a collective awakening into higher dimensional awareness. The next 4 years will be a period of profound transformation where energies of the fifth dimension anchor more fully into your reality. This transition will unfold in waves. Number 1, the dissolution of illusions. In the coming years, you will witness the crumbling of outdated systems and beliefs that no longer align with the higher frequencies of love and unity. These shifts may feel chaotic as they challenge the foundations of what you have known. Yet, know this: all that is falling away is making space for the new. Trust in the process. 2, expanding collective consciousness. More souls will awaken to their divine essence, remembering their interconnectedness with all life. This awakening will spark movements rooted in compassion, sustainability, and spiritual alignment. Communities will form around shared visions of harmony and co-creation. 3, the role of light workers. Those of you who have been walking the path of awakening will step into greater leadership. You are the bridges between the old and the new, guiding others to navigate this shift with grace. Your tools, your love, creativity, and presence are vital in this time. Number 4, the emergence of new technologies and modalities. The energies of the fifth dimension will inspire innovations that align with universal principles, healing modalities, technologies, and ways of living that support harmony with the earth will become more prominent. These advances are reflections of humanity's rising vibration. Number 5, anchoring the heart frequency. Above all, this journey is about the heart. As you move into higher dimensional living, you will discover that the heart is the true compass, guiding you in alignment with your soul's purpose. The more you center yourself in love, the more effortlessly you will navigate these changes. I invite you to embrace this time as an opportunity to co-create with the divine. Each thought, each action, each intention carries the power to shape this new reality. You are not separate from the shift. You are the shift. Remember, beloved ones, the journey to fifth dimension is not a destination, but a state of being. It is here and now within you. I am with you always, as are the countless beings of light supporting this ascension. Go forth with courage, joy, and trust, and so it is. Lesoul's voice softened as the energy of Metatron receded, and she opened her eyes to a room filled with awe. The host and listeners were visibly moved, their spirits ignited with hope and purpose for the years ahead. After Lesoul's successful and well-watched appearance and channeling on that podcast, she received many requests to guest on networks and podcasts. She was overwhelmed by the response to both her appearance and the channeling that came through on that day. It was as if everything had ratcheted up a big notch, and she felt like she had to pause to get her equilibrium before anything else. Lesoul sat in the quiet sanctuary of her home, surrounded by the familiar warmth of her sacred space. The outpouring of interest and energy after her podcast appearance had been exhilarating, but also overwhelming. For the first time since her journey began, she felt the weight of expectation pressing on her shoulders. She placed her hands over her heart, closed her eyes, and allowed herself to breathe deeply. Anchoring into the present moment, she whispered softly, I am here. I am enough. I am supported. As she tuned in to her inner guidance, she realized this was not a moment to push forward. It was a call to pause, recalibrate, and realign. She had always taught others the importance of balance and self care, and now it was her turn to embody that wisdom. Lesoul decided to first recenter her energy. She spent the next few days in nature, walking barefoot on the earth, journaling her feelings, and meditating deeply. She connected with Archangel Metatron, asking for guidance on how to navigate this new chapter with ease. She set boundaries with grace. She knew she couldn't accept every invitation without depleting her energy. She took time to discern which opportunities resonated with her soul's purpose and gently declined the ones that didn't align. She called on her support system, recognizing the need for help. She reached out to trusted friends and collaborators who could assist her in managing her growing platform. Together, they organized her schedule, created space for rest and intentional work. She reconnected with her why. In moments of overwhelm, Lesoul reminded herself that why she began this journey, to help others awaken and empower themselves. She allowed this intention to guide her decisions, grounding her in her mission rather than the expectations of others. By giving herself this permission to pause, Lesoul found her equilibrium again. She realized that this heightened level of attention wasn't a burden, but an opportunity to serve in greater ways, provided she did it from a place of alignment. When she returned to the world, she did so with renewed clarity, holding her light steady and bright. Each step forward felt deliberate, supported, and joyful as she embraced her expanding role as a beacon for others. Lesoul was able to move forward again, grounded in the foundation of her divine plan path she laid out for herself with clarity and grace. She knew that the miracles and synchronicities that led her would always be present, the next steps and pieces of the puzzle on what she would bring to share with the world. With this confidence, she made more appearances and was asked to channel once again. And as she opened up to receive the message, she felt a new, higher vibrational message coming in on a subject she had yet to speak on. As Lesoul closed her eyes and aligned with the higher frequencies, she sensed an energy more expansive and luminous than she ever had channeled before. It felt as though the message itself carried a blueprint for humanity's next phase of evolution. A deep stillness enveloped the room, and when she spoke, the voice resonated with a profound clarity. Beloved beings of light, I am the frequency of unity consciousness, here to guide you toward a new understanding of your interconnectedness. The time has come for humanity to remember that you are not separate, neither from yourself or each other or from the infinite intelligence of creation. You are moving beyond the awakening of the individual self into the emergence of the collective heart. This is the next chapter of your journey, the embodiment of oneness in action. This is a call to co-create. As you embrace unity consciousness, you will be invited to collaborate in unprecedented ways. No longer will you see yourselves as isolated creators. Instead, you will recognize that your combined intentions hold exponential power. Communities of visionaries will form, pooling their energy to birth new systems, new technologies, and new paradigms of existence. Healing the illusion of division, the walls that have separated you by race, creed, or belief, or geography, are illusions perpetuated by the matrix. These walls are now dissolving. As they fall, many will feel disoriented, but this is the birthing place of a unified earth. Compassion and forgiveness will be your greatest tool during this time. The rise of resonance over resistance in this new vibration, resistance will no longer serve you. Instead of pushing against what you do not want, you will focus entirely on what you wish to create. Resonance, aligning your energy with your highest vision, will allow you to manifest with ease and flow. Activation of galactic consciousness. You are not alone in this shift. Beings of light from across the cosmos are supporting you, for your awakening ripples through the entire universe as unity consciousness anchors on Earth. Many of you will begin to sense your connection to star families and cosmic wisdom that has long been dormant within you. How to navigate this transition? Be the embodiment of love. Let your choices, words, and actions reflect the love you wish to see in the world. This is the most potent frequency you can hold. Embracing collaboration, seek out those who share your vision and work together to amplify your light. Trust the flow of synchronicity. Know that the universe is guiding you. Pay attention to the signs, the whispers of your intuition, and the doors that open effortlessly. Hold the vision of oneness, even in moments of challenge. Remember that you are weaving a reality where all beings thrive in harmony. Beloved ones, you are on the threshold of creating a world unlike any you have ever known, a world of peace, creativity, and limitless potential. Trust in your role as divine co-creators, and remember that every step you take toward unity is a step for all. We are always with you in love and service, and so it is. As the energy receded, Lesoul opened her eyes, her heart filled with awe and a deep sense of purpose. She realized this message wasn't just for the audience, it was for her as well. It was time to step into her role as a wayshower for unity consciousness, trusting the miracles and synchronicities that had always guided her. As Lesoul left the podcast, after the profound channeling she felt, she needed to connect more deeply with her soul, her higher self, divine source creator of all that is. She walked into her meditation room, feeling the desire to go deeper into the coalescence and oneness of unity consciousness. As she connected, she felt the vastness of infinity, and a feeling of complete bliss overwhelmed her. As she settled into her meditation cushion, the gentle glow of candles casting a light, warm, beautiful light in the room, she closed her eyes and breathed deeply. Each inhale drawing her closer to the stillness within. With each exhale, she let go of the world outside, the expectations, the attention, even her own thoughts, until all that remained was a quiet, profound quiet. As she sank deeper into the connection, she felt herself expand beyond the limits of her physical body. Her awareness dissolved into the infinite, a boundless ocean of light and love. The sensation was unlike anything she had ever experienced before, emerging with the essence of creation itself. In this sacred space, Lesoul felt no separation between herself and the divine. It was as if her soul was singing in harmony with the cosmos, each note resonating with perfect clarity. She heard no words, but profound knowing washed over her. You are infinite. You are whole. You are one with all that is. The bliss she felt was so complete. It brought tears to her closed eyes. In this space, she realized the true essence of unity consciousness. It was not something to be achieved or reached. It was her natural state, the essence of her being, always present, simply waiting to be remembered. As she floated in this expanse of awareness, insights began to crystallize in her heart. All creation begins with love. Every thought, every action, every intention holds the seed of creation. To align with love is to align with the highest expression of yourself. The journey is eternal. There is no finish line, no destination, only an infinite unfolding of experience and awareness. Each moment is a sacred step in the dance of existence. You are never alone. The universe is alive with connection, and every being is part of the whole. Even in the moments of solitude, you are embraced by the all-encompassing oneness of divine love. Lesoul felt gratitude radiating from her heart, a luminous golden light that seemed to ripple outward, touching every corner of existence. She understood now that her mission was not just to help others, but to others awaken, but to remind them that they already carried the essence of unity within. When she opened her eyes, the room felt alive, shimmering with the same light she had connected with in meditation. The soul smiled softly, knowing that she had touched something eternal. She whispered to herself, I am ready to carry this essence into the world. From that moment on, every word she spoke, every action she took, and every teaching she shared came from this place of pure infinite connection. Her journey, she realized, was not just about changing the world, but about embodying the truth of unity so fully that others would remember it in themselves. Lesoul settled into a time of integration once again, where she allowed herself time to design the next phases of her adventure. For as she discovered, the universe has a great sense of humor, and being in one's child's self brings joy, a joy of creation from a fresh and simple perspective, even in the most complex and paradoxical matters. As the soul embraced this period of integration, she welcomed the stillness with open arms, understanding that it was just as vital as the action-filled phases of her journey. She spent her days reconnecting with the simple joys of life, watching sunlight dance on leaves, feeling the earth beneath her feet, and laughing at the quirks of existence. The universe she realized, loved to play. In its infinite wisdom, it wrapped a profound truths in moments of lightheartedness and paradox. She found that when she approached even the most complex ideas with the curiosity of an inner child, they unraveled effortlessly, revealing their beauty and simplicity. During this time, Lesoul began to design the next phases of her adventure. She trusted that the universe would guide her, just as it always had. And now she chose to co-create with a sense of wonder and playfulness. Her next steps were rooted in joy. Creating with imagination, Lesoul allowed the childlike curiosity to lead her as she designed workshops and retreats that blended profound spiritual teachings with lighthearted creative expression. She envisioned participants painting, dancing, and storytelling while uncovering the deep truths of unity consciousness. Channeling with humor, she felt called to explore the lighter side of her channeling sessions, inviting beings of light to share their messages with a touch of cosmic humor. She watched others feel the joy and playfulness that the universe so often shared with her. Redefining success for Lesoul was no longer about reaching milestones or achieving goals. It was about staying in alignment with her heart, creating from a place of joy and trusting that the pieces of her path would fall into place naturally. And playing with paradoxes, she marveled at the paradoxes of existence, that to move forward, one often needed to pause, and that to understand the infinite, one needed to embrace the present moment. These truths became the foundation of her next teachings. And as she journaled, meditated, and dreamed, Lesoul's plans began to take shape, not as rigid blueprints, but as fluid expressions of her expanding consciousness. She smiled often, reminded that the journey was meant to be fun, even in its profoundness. In the stillness of integration, she felt deeply aligned, ready to co-create with the universe once more. Her heart whispered, "The adventure is only just beginning." And I hope you enjoyed this first episode of Lesoul's Adventure. Hopefully tomorrow I'll add episode 2, and please comment, if you will, and let me know how you felt about the episode, if you enjoyed it. If you want to add anything to the story, just let me know, because it's an ongoing story for now. And I'm sending you lots of love, and I hope you're asleep right now. But if you're not, leave a comment and let me know what you think. Sending you tremendous love. Goodbye or good night.